The objective of this lesson is to use the coordinate grid system to describe the location of points using a pair of coordinates. In 4th grade, students were introduced to points and lines. In this lesson, we will build upon that experience by introducing the coordinate grid system and coordinate pairs. Let's begin with a blank paper. We will draw a single point somewhere on the paper. We will call this point A. If we wanted someone else to place a point on the same place on a different paper, we would need to describe where we marked the point. We could measure the distance our point lies from the nearest edges. In this case, point A is 3 inches from the top and 2 inches from the left. We could also describe the position of our point in fractional terms. Here is point C, about 1/4 the way from the top edge and about 1/3 the way from the right edge. Given the variety of ways we could describe the position of a point, a standard method would be beneficial. We will begin standardizing our paper by placing a number line across the bottom with whole numbers spaced at 1-inch intervals. Notice how point A is lined up with the number 6 on the horizontal number line. Let's also create a vertical number line beginning with 0 at the bottom of our paper, with each whole number evenly spaced 1 inch apart. Notice now that point A is lined up with the number 7 on the vertical number line. We can now describe the horizontal position of point A by its location on our horizontal number line and its vertical position by its location on our vertical number line. This is called the coordinate grid system or coordinate plane. The point at which our two number lines intersect is called the origin and can be marked with a 0 as it exists on the 0 mark of both number lines. When we describe the horizontal and vertical position of a point, we are referring to its position relative to the origin. The horizontal number line is called the x-axis. Whenever we describe the location of a point, we always identify the x-axis coordinate first. The x-coordinate for point A is 6. The vertical number line is called the y-axis. The y-axis coordinate is given after the x-axis coordinate. For point A, the y-coordinate is 7. Pairs of coordinates, also called ordered pairs, are placed together inside a set of parentheses and separated by a comma. In our example, the coordinates for point A are written as 6 on the x-axis and 7 on the y-axis. In general terms, coordinates are written as x, y, with x representing a given distance from the origin along the x-axis, and y representing a given distance from the origin along the y-axis. In this next example, we have points D, H, J, B, and L on a coordinate plane. Remember, when identifying coordinate pairs, we always place both coordinates inside parentheses separated by a comma, with the x-axis coordinate first. The ordered pairs for each point are as follows. Point D lies at 1 on the x-axis and 2 on the y-axis. Point H has an x-coordinate of 2 and a y-coordinate of 4. Point J's coordinate pair is 3, 4. Point B is at 4 and 1. Point L's ordered pair is 5 on the x-axis and 0 on the y-axis. Notice how many different ways coordinate pairs can be described verbally. Knowing the convention that the x-axis is stated before the y-axis, just as x comes before y alphabetically, gives us flexibility in whether or not we label the x and y axis by name when reading coordinate pairs aloud. The objective for this lesson was to use the coordinate grid system to describe the location of points using a pair of coordinates. We met this objective by looking at different ways we could describe the location of a given point and by creating a standard grid called a coordinate plane. We also identified parts of the coordinate plane and practiced describing points using pairs of coordinates.